If you own an Infinix device, in this video I'll be sharing some tips and settings that you might not even know. Some of the tips I'll be sharing are from questions you guys asked me a while back. So with that said, let's get started. Okay, so first of all, you can actually use your Infinix device to charge other devices. All you need is a Type-C to C cable, and you can use your phone to charge basically any device. You can charge other phones, you can charge your earphones, and so on. Now, one thing you need to know is how to set which phone will act as the charger and which phone will be charged. So after connecting the cable, you will get a notification. From here, choose reverse charging if you want to charge the other device, or choose charging only if you want to charge your own device. So that means that the other device is now charging your phone. Okay, so for the next tip, you can use two apps at once by using the split screen feature. But for this to work, you have to use the XOS launcher as your default launcher. So open the first app you want to use. Next, view your recent apps, then tap the name of the app and select split screen. All you need to do from here is choose the second app from the list and you can use them at the same time.
Here's a cool trick you can try. This is not my real voice. My Infinix device is actually making me sound like this.
To use this voice changing feature, you will need to enable the smart panel. So go to settings, tap accessibility and features or special function if you are still using Android 15 on your Infinix device, then tap smart panel and enable it. Scroll to the bottom and enable special assistant. And now when you want to make an internet call, for example a WhatsApp call, all you need to do is just swipe on the panel, tap voice changer and choose the voice you want. Currently there are 4 voices you can choose from. Maybe more will be added in the future. If you want to stop some of your apps from having internet access, here is what you need to do. So first, go to settings, tap SIM and network settings, tap data usage, scroll down a bit and tap network management. From here, you'll see a list of all your apps and you can choose the ones you want to have access to your mobile data or Wi-Fi network. Let's say I wanted to stop Brave browser, for example. All I will need to do is just uncheck the first box to disable mobile data, and if I want to stop it from having access to my Wi-Fi network, I'll uncheck the second box. And that's all. You can do the same for the other apps on the list. And if an app is missing, for example, let's say the Chrome browser, all you need to do is just tap on the 3 dots in the top right corner and tap display system apps. As you can see, Chrome is now visible, but you can only stop it from having access to your mobile network. That's just one of the things you will not be able to change. Still on internet settings, if you want to see how fast your internet speed is, you can add a speed meter to your status bar. On the same data usage page, tap settings, tap show network speed and enable it here and you'll see the speed meter on the status bar. It's even a good way to know if your internet is actually active. Okay, someone asked me a while back how to change or how to disable the haptic feedback you get on the phone. So if you don't like those little vibrations as you interact with the phone, just go to settings, tap sound and vibration, scroll down a bit and tap haptic feedback and disable it from here. With haptic feedback turned off, you won't feel those vibrations anymore and it's even good for battery life. Another question I got is how to hide the navigation buttons. So basically how to switch to gesture navigation. So head over to settings, scroll all the way to the bottom and tap system. Next, tap system navigation, then choose gestures. You'll notice that the buttons will be hidden and you'll be able to use gestures to navigate the phone. If you don't know how gesture navigation works, I've made a video about it explaining how to use it, so I'll link it in the description. The next question I got is about how to clear your recent apps. I actually thought I was being trolled by the question, but well, here's how you do it, especially if you're using gesture navigation. So you see this white line on the bottom, just swipe up on it and hold, and you'll see your recent apps. From here, you can tap on this button to clear your recent apps, or if you want, you can clear them one by one. To exit, just tap an empty space. Next, I'll be showing you how to lock your apps using your fingerprint. So on the settings page, tap privacy, tap app lock, then create your password. Next, you're going to set up some security questions. This is just in case you forget your password. So choose any of the pre-made questions or create your own. For me, I'll choose the what's your father's name option, then I'll enter my answer. Tap confirm and enable the fingerprint option. Tap next and now enter your fingerprint and tap confirm. Then enter your pattern and start choosing the apps you want to block. For this video, I'll be selecting the AI Gallery app. And now if I try to open the app, I'll have to enter my fingerprint or the pattern. Keep in mind that you don't have to use the same pattern that you use for unlocking your phone. Okay, next, to check your phone's battery health, go to settings, scroll to battery and power saving. Next, tap battery health and charging, then tap battery health. From here, you'll see your battery's overall health. Mine is currently at 99%, so it is still good, but I'm sure with time it's going to get weaker and I may have to change the battery. Okay, next, you can make your phone's flashlight light up when you receive phone calls. So to enable this feature, go to your phone app and tap the settings icon. From here, just enable the flash notification option. And that's all you need to do. But keep in mind that with this option activated, if you have silent mode activated as well, you will not get this flashlight notification until you switch to ring mode. And also, if you're using an Infinix Note device, you probably not get this option. But most Infinix Note series have this halo light on the back. So that's what you'll be using to get the phone call notifications. So if you want to enable it, go to settings, tap active halo lighting, then enable flash for calls. This way, when you receive phone calls, then the light will flash. Alright, so if you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Next, let's talk about duplicating apps. So just go to settings, tap privacy and tap Xclone. From here you see a list of apps you can duplicate. Not all apps can be duplicated, but if you tap on try more apps, you'll see some apps that can be duplicated but may be buggy when you use them, so keep that in mind. For the final tip today, your Infinix device may be activating the AI assistant when you press the power button. Most people press the power button on their phone to either turn off the phone or restart it. So if you want to deactivate the AI assistant feature when you press the power button, here is how you do it. Go to settings, scroll down to system and tap it. Then tap press and hold power button. From here, choose power menu. Now when you press the power button, instead of the AI assistant, you'll see the power off or restart buttons. With that said, those are the Infinix tips, tricks, and settings I'll be sharing in this video. Watch this video to see what is new in XOS 16. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Take care, bye bye.